Hi, everyone. Welcome to Honestly Hannah, a new podcast hosted by me, Hannah Coda. I am so excited to have started this new podcast. This is my first teaser episode, and I really just wanted to make this little teaser because I want to answer all your questions about what this podcast is supposed to be, what the structure is going to be like, when I'll be posting, and then along with a little bit just about me. I realize not all of you know who I am, which is perfectly fine. I hope that you get to know me a little bit more as we as I post every week. I hope you get to find out a little bit more about me. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just jump in. I wanted to really make this podcast because I realized I had a lot to say. And for those of you who know me, that's not a surprise. It's not a shock to you that I have a lot to say about a lot of different things, but I was realizing that every week when I was listening to my podcast that I consume, which mind you is a lot, I love podcasts. I love watching podcasts. I love listening to podcasts. And that's why it's also really important to me that there is a visual aspect to this podcast as well as an audio one. This podcast will be available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. And I mostly consume my podcast by watching them on YouTube. So all my visual people out there, this is for you. I'm currently just in my room right now. This is literally like my bed is behind me. My pictures are on the wall. Like it's just a normal like blank room, but this you got to work with what you got. For my audio listeners, you are more than welcome to log on to YouTube and just check out my room and my setting of where this is all going to be, but honestly it's nothing that special. So if you want to just stick to audio listening, that's perfectly fine. I like to watch my podcasts in the morning when I'm drinking coffee just to like have a minute to wake up, and then I listen to podcasts actually when I'm working out or I'm going on a walk, or, things that are going to take about an hour, so I know exactly how long I'm working out for. And this podcast is going to be anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour every single week. I will be posting on Mondays, hopefully Monday mornings. We'll see how that goes because I'm not a morning person, but I do plan on posting Monday morning so that you can also sit down and drink your cup of coffee while you watch or listen to me, or just throughout your day, either on Monday or the rest of the week, just kind of get caught up on everything that's happening and what's going on, so you can do that starting Monday. I will be dropping the first episode on February 1st, 2021. It is a Monday, and I'm just super excited about the launch of my podcast. How this podcast is going to work, how it's going to be structured, is I'm going to come in with an intro every single day. The intro will be just like how I'm feeling or what's going on. Maybe talk about the weather because I'm currently in California. I live in the suburbs of Los Angeles, and for some reason it's raining this whole week. And although I definitely think that we needed it, it's just kind of crazy for it to be raining all week, especially because yesterday in the outer suburbs of LA, it was raining. It was snowing. Like, I have never seen that in my lifetime. In California, for those of you who live here, yeah, we do have beaches, we have a coastline, but we also have snow in our mountains, and you can pretty much go to the mountains and the beach the same day. So you can be in the snow and the water in the same day. And it's really unusual for it to snow anywhere outside of like the mountains or like the high desert. So that was crazy. And it's just going to be stuff like that I'll be talking about first in my intro. And then I'll go into some news. So I really want this podcast to be informative as well as, a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of laughs here and there. But really, I want this segment of the news to be anything that's trending on Twitter, or like news, political events that are happening not only in America, but in the world. I really want to get into worldly events, just because I feel like those are important too. And sometimes as an American, we really only focus on what's happening in America. And I want to educate on like what's really happening outside of the US. And I will also be sharing my opinions on those news articles or the trending topics or what's going on in the internet, pop culture, music, TV shows to watch, movies to watch that I've watched, my honest opinions on those. I really hope that segment can give you a little insight on what happened the week prior and just my honest opinions about them. And then finally, I want to end it with a story time or maybe even a game, or if I have a guest on the podcast to really just dig deep into why I wanted them on this podcast in the first place. And yeah, and that's what it's going to be like. That's how I'm going to structure everything throughout the weeks that come. If there's holidays or maybe a big events coming up, I do want to structure the podcast around that. And also just some personal stories that are going on with me. I've shared on the internet before that I had COVID. I want to say I had a medium to severe case, and I had major side effects after that I'm still dealing with to this day, and it's been over 6 months that I had COVID. So stories like that, along with stories about the entertainment industry. Just to kind of give a little backside on me, I did grow up in the suburbs of Los Angeles. I currently live here, however, I did live in LA for a little bit. I work in LA, I work in the entertainment industry, and I've seen a lot of things in my lifetime. I've met a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, a lot of sports people, and I actually am really into sports as well. Really depending on the sport, but I do enjoy sports as well. So I will be talking about that. So if you feel like you don't know anything about sports, maybe this is a place where I can break it down for you so you can learn a little bit more about football or basketball, or I'm kind of even into golf right now because I watched this Tiger Woods documentary on HBO. By the way, 10 out of 10 would recommend. I would for sure check that out if you can. But just little things like that that are going to come up about me. And I really hope that you all will enjoy the episodes that come every week. I do expect the first couple ones to be a little rocky, so please bear with me. But I really am super excited and super grateful for this opportunity. I hope that you all can follow me through this journey and really just give me a lot of good feedback. Please make sure you rate me 5 stars or whatever stars you want to put on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And then on YouTube, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so I can see how you guys are actually feeling. If you have a topic you want me to talk about, please leave it in the comments or the reviews so I can mention it here or there. But really, I just want this to be a good time, and I want you to laugh and to be informed and just come along this journey with me. And this was the first teaser episode for Honestly Hannah. Thank you guys.